Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Yes, it's me, Love, here in Boston. Wishing you a blessed time. Truly hope you find reasons to smile, laugh, enjoy life, appreciate everything and everyone around you. So it is just it's just after 3 a.m., as you saw. And I am currently at work. Those of you who watch my streams, you know what I'm doing. I'm doing my property tour of the place that I work. Before I say anything else, make sure you check my description for all my links and all the ways you can support me. Whether you want to give a donation through PayPal, get my shirts and hats at aloveproductions.com, or you could just follow me throughout social media, because I do post everywhere on a fairly regular basis. And as you know, I'm trying to, this is my career. This is what I want to do with my life. I want to create and share with the world. Inspire others while I improve on my own life. And I'm just kind of doing a little reflecting. I may do a more like a different type of video in the next couple weeks about my job and everything, but I'm kind of like getting sentimental right now. Those of you who don't know, I've been at my job for about 15 years now. I started when I was like 28, I think. And, I only meant to be here maybe a year or two, because I was out of work for a couple years before that. I wasn't sure what I was doing with my life, and I just needed to get a paycheck. I just needed to make something happen, And I told myself, just to get my feet wet, just to get back on my feet, I'll work for security. My mother was working here at the time, and she helped me get my job here. And those of you who don't know already, I work at a thoroughbred racetrack in Boston. I don't want to say the name, although you've probably seen the sign in some of my videos, which is unintended. But at the end of June, it will be the last of live racing forever at this place. And I may have a job, as far as I know, for at least one more year. We shall see what happens. The last 5 years, my job has really been up in the air, because they kept changing what they were doing. We're not sure what they were doing. So every year it was scary and unsure. And there was one point when I was laid off for a couple months because the security companies had changed. And then there was a couple years ago, I went from making $15 an hour as a supervisor. My position got cut, so my pay got cut, and my hours. So I was partially unemployed. I went from 40 hours to 12 hours. And it was around that time where I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't want another dead-end job. I don't want to work for pennies anymore. I don't want to worry about check to check. I want to do things that I love, but I don't know how to go about getting paid to do the things that I love. And I started watching motivational videos. The very first one that really touched home with me was a commencement speech from Jim Carrey. I think a lot of people have seen that already. And since then, I've been making videos and content and trying to be as consistent as I possibly can. And I getting inspiration from other content creators, from FouseyTube to Alex Wasabi, Lily Singh, Roman Atwood, most recently Mr. Beast. And speaking of Mr. Beast, check the link in the description for my last video, because this guy is like really, he really touches my heart, and he's been making me laugh like crazy with some of his videos. I've been like binge watching his videos all week. And I felt I just want the video I made, it was really to show love and appreciation. I would love to collab with him in some way, and even have him on my radio show Wednesdays. Yeah, Wednesdays, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you tune in. Link in the description. Like I said, I've been here for about 15 years now, and a lot of the people that work here have been here 20, 30, even 40 years of their lives. Like, this is the only job that they've ever had. The people that work with the horses, they grew up in the industry. They grew up around, coming to this particular site, grew up on this site, and it's really sad. Like, it's sad enough that my job will end. It's even more sad to know that this place is not going to exist anymore, that they're going to tear it down for more development. We get enough development going on around Boston. And to know that, these people, are not going to be able to come back here, and especially to experience what they've experienced in the past, or not in the past, but what they've experienced their whole lives. Okay, I went too far to one side. I'm trying to park while I do this. I really feel and have empathy, sympathy. I relate to everybody because I've been here for so long. And this has been genuinely, like, granted, I didn't make enough to support myself to move on my own. And I could have probably found other jobs elsewhere, and even if I stay with this company, I could probably go to sites that pay more than here. But this place has been really a unique place to work. It was a little country in the middle of the city, and with all the downtime that I had, granted, the first 10 years, I wasted a lot of that. I could have used all that downtime over the years, trying to work on my craft and work on things that I love. But maybe I just wasn't ready. I don't know. My mind was elsewhere. I was, I don't know if I was just lost. Maybe it was a mixture of lack of confidence, maybe laziness. I don't know. It was a mixture of things, really. I can't just pinpoint what it was. But back 5 years ago when, my hours and everything got cut and I got scared to death, I was like, what do I want to do? And seeing all these people doing what they love, from, YouTubers to celebrities to athletes, people that have, terminal illnesses, people that have, disabilities, still reaching and making a life for themselves, watching like shows. There's a bug. Watching everything from, American Idol to The Voice to like any of those shows that show people going for their dreams and putting everything on the line. I cried with them. I cried for them. I cried for myself. And same thing with like shows like Ellen. And like I said in my last video, like Mr. Beast. That is spooky. It looks like somebody's behind me, but it's just the door. It really looks like somebody's back there, but it's just the door. But, seeing how they give back and help others, and again, doing what they love, and, and someone like Ellen that highlights people that do good, and these are things that like that I want to do and I relate to, and so and I do wish it was me, and even at 42 I still I'm still a work in progress, and I'm still trying to keep myself focused enough and keep my belief going that I can make it, that I can do what I love. And there's a bug in here. And I'm blessed to have what I have. I truly am. I'm blessed to have a job that I can, and I've said this so many times before, to be able to do things like this while I'm working. And have the ability that when I do have stuff in my head, that I can just sit in the quiet and not be distracted by anybody or anything. I have to do my job, but I can cry for an hour if I need to. I can get lost in my head. I can work on a project. I'm blessed to be able to do that. And I want to be able to do more of that, and I want to do it on my own terms. And whether it's content online or what, to be able to make my own way, set my own schedules, and go through whatever I have to go through, be there for my family, that's part of what I really want. I want the same freedoms that I have at this job without having to have this job to do that. And get paid well enough to care for my family and hopefully help others. Because the more I get, the more I can help others. Anyway, I don't want to continue to rant, so I'm going to end this. Maybe not a rant, just kind of like talking out loud once again. And I hope you appreciate it. I'm sure some of you can relate. Just got, different things going through my head as far as my job and everything, so. But I want to thank you for watching, especially if you made it to the end. I love you. I appreciate you. I will see you in the next one. Like, love, share, and inspire. Don't forget, love is everything. Much love. Peace.